What's up everyone, Delvon Digital here, and look, I just picked up the PlayStation Portable 1 year later, and here's my thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. So let me just tell you the reason why I actually picked this up almost a whole year later. So I was on a debate about getting it only because I really wanted it to be a PlayStation Portable, like literally a PSP. I was hoping for that, but when I found out it was just a remote play device, I was a little bit disappointed. So I could just continue using my phone, which I never really use my phone. I'm just saying that, right, for the sake of the video. I didn't do any remote play. I didn't care for remote play at all. I just get in, come home, play my PlayStation. But the reason why I got this is because my wife, I was going to either buy another PlayStation or I was going to get this. And this is $200 versus me spending another $500 on another console because I wanted to put one in the bedroom. My wife, she loves, being up under me, but she loves being up under me in the bed. She don't like to sit on the couch while I play the game or on my gaming chair. She just likes to lay in the bed. So the middle ground was me buying the Portal and playing the game in the bed while she lay down and watch her TV show or Corey Kenshin or Dashi, because that's all she watches all day long. So we're both winning at that point. So when it came in, I opened the box up immediately and I connected it to my PlayStation, no problems. Went ahead and tested it around the house and it seemed to be solid. So while we're talking about that, I'm gonna go straight into the next point. So when it was delivered, I opened the box up and I connected it to my PlayStation, I connected to my internet, and I just straight up started playing one of my games, which was currently Marvel Rivals, and it seemed to be working pretty fine. I walked around the house to see if there's any dead spots and it seemed to be solid. Now, I do wanna say this, if you have terrible internet service, this may not be that device for you because it 100% rely on having a solid connection. And one of those things is making sure that you hardline your PlayStation as well, which will help with that connection. But if you have absolutely horrible internet, just don't pick this up. You're just better off using a tablet or your phone for remote play and deal with that since you already own that, and you won't be throwing away $200 on something that will also lose connection like your phone and your tablet. So just keep that in mind when it comes to purchasing this device. Now, because I got mine a year later, there's been a lot of updates to this device and a lot of them have been really good and made it a better device to get today. So I'm kind of glad that I waited because with the cloud streaming that they offer, which is very good, the connection to the cloud streaming and your internet is more solid than actually playing with the remote play. But I don't really do the cloud streaming because they don't have a lot of games up there that I play. They have like one game up there that I actually play on a daily. Other than that, all the games that they offer, I either already own and beat them already and not gonna play them again. So the replayability for a lot of the games up there is just not there for me. I'm a online multiplayer type person. So they only, like I say, only one of the games that I actually play is on that service. So I tried the service out and then I went ahead and canceled it because it was just pointless. So I mainly use my Portal for remote play around the house. And again, it's been solid. The connection has been great. Has it dipped out a few times? Absolutely. Is it more solid than dipping out? Absolutely. One thing I really like about it is the screen size. It's a 8-inch screen, so it's about a little bit bigger than my Switch screen, which is the 7-inch screen or something like that. And I really love how big it is. And the Joy-Cons, or the Joy-Cons, the joysticks on it is really solid. I really like them. I love the feel of them. They're a little loose compared to my PlayStation controllers. So it's like sometimes I got to get used to the sensitivity because they're very loose when I'm using the toggles and everything like that. But other than that, I really love the size of it. I love the comfort of it, and I could play for hours on this thing. And speaking of playing for hours, the battery life is really good. I think I've gotten like 6 hours out of it, and it wasn't even dead. I think I was like at 40-something% when I was done playing with my friends and everything like that, which also connects to my headset, which is pretty awesome. So I probably could have went a few more hours, but I will say this though, I do have the screen brightness down to about, I'll say a little bit under 50% because I'm in the house playing, so I don't need it to be super duper bright or anything like that. And plus, I want to say this, when you got it really bright, the whites on the screen are really bright, overexposed in almost every game. So bringing it down will actually balance out that color a little bit more since you can't really make that many type of adjustments. But once I've done that, it's been looking really good. And it's on a 1080p panel. So I will answer that question that some of you may be wondering, should I get this or use my phone or tablet for remote play? I'm gonna be 100% honest. There's people in this world who have, access to be able to get a separate device for certain things. And there's those people who get one device that has to be multiple devices. And if you have the money and the budget to get one of these, I would personally say yes, definitely get this over using your phone or your tablet, because it's a whole separate entity and it works really good. And you're gonna love, the controllers connected to it. You're gonna love the screen size. You're gonna love the sound quality. You're gonna love that you can connect your PlayStation headphones to it. It's just so much that it's just so seamless. I could be on the computer editing or something like that, and I'm like, hey, I feel like playing my game, and I could just grab the Portal, turn it on. It turns on the PlayStation, and then I could just start playing the game, turn it right off, wherever I am. It just doesn't really matter, and it works that seamless with it and stuff like that. So I, personally will recommend this over using your phone or using your device, but I will only tell you, get this if you have good internet connection. If you don't, I don't think that you'll get your money's worth, because you'll be more frustrated with lag or signal going out than actually enjoying the game. Now, before we close out, I will say this. At first, I wasn't going to get this because everyone was saying that it's not worth it, it's horrible, and just so many bad things about it. Even a couple of YouTubers that I watch were just giving this thing a bad rep. And me personally, I like to try things myself before I make judgment, because the way that they were using it and their use case was literally not my use case. And I love it for what I love it for. It's going to be a device that stays completely in the house, connected to my Wi-Fi, and I'm just going to use it whenever I'm upstairs with my wife, whenever I'm just at the table eating, or whenever I'm just walking around the house being busy. I guess if I'm being busy, I can't play the game, but you get the point I'm trying to make. It's just a portal for my PlayStation 5 inside this house, as advertised. Anyways, if you like content like this, please hit that like, share, subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.